morning. Welcome back to yet another section of Indian writing in English literature. By taking two classes, we already went through the summary of the novel Roots and Shadows. Today, we are going to analyze the question answers based on the novel Roots and Shadows. Who is the narrator of the story? What is her profession? Indu, she is the narrator of the story. She is the protagonist of the novel. She is a journalist by profession. Who is dominating character in the novel? How is the narrator related to her? Akka is the dominating character. Akka is the narrator's grandfather's younger sister. Why was Sindhu brought up in their ancestral home? Indu's mother died 15 days after Indu's birth. As there was nobody to look after her, she was brought to the ancestral family. Who was Indu's father? What was his profession? Indu's father was Govind. He was a photojournalist. What kind of a girl was Indu? Indu always questioned the rules imposed on the women of the house. What job does Indu get after her studies? After her studies, she got the job of a journalist. The story of how many generations does Indu narrate? Indu narrates the story of 4 generations of her joint family in the novel. Who bought the old house? What was the buyer's future plans? The old house bought by Shankarappa, a local businessman. His plan was to build a hotel. I think all of you remembered well. Akka gave her all property to Indu. And Indu wanted to take the responsibility of Mini's marriage. That's why she decided to sell the ancestral home, and she also wants to give the share for each and every members in her family. The old house bought by Shankarappa, a local businessman. His plan was to build a hotel. Who was Naren? Naren was Indu's childhood friend. He was her old uncle's grandson. Who was Adya? Adya was Indu's widowed aunt. Who were in the family who gave great affection to Indu? Her old uncle Kaka, his wife Kaki, and her widowed aunt Adya were the persons who gave her great affection. Who resisted the plan of Adya's head being shaved at the death of her husband? It was Kaka who resisted the plan of Adya's head being shaved at her husband's death. Name the 4 children of Kaka and Kaki. Hemant, Sumant, Mini and Sharad. What kind of life did Indu lead in the ancestral house? Indu was a rebel. She opposed the rules imposed on the women in the family. She disregarded Akka's rules. What crucial decision did Akka take at deathbed? At deathbed, Akka decided to make Indu as her heir. she also decided to give Minnie in marriage to an uneducated and uncultured fellow. Why did Kaka and Kaki agree to the marriage? They agreed to the marriage because Akka promised to meet all the expenses of the marriage. How was the married life of Indu and Jayant? Indu loved Jayant very much. Their married life went on smoothly at the beginning, but later she realized that her inclinations were being repressed. What does Indu think when she finds that she is not doing anything meaningful in her magazines? When she finds that she is not doing anything meaningful in her magazine, she offers to resign. What is Jayant's attitude during Indu's professional crisis? Jayant does not understand the delicacy of the situation, and so he advises her to continue in the job. What is Jayant's attitude about having children? Jayant is not interested in having children. Whenever this subject comes for discussion, he postpones it by saying that they do not have sufficient resources to maintain children. What, according to Naren, is the reason for all kinds of resentment in Indu? The reason for this, according to Naren, is that she has been born a woman, not a man. Why were the members of Indu's ancestral family aghast when she returned after 10 years? The members in the family were aghast because Indu had no children. The tradition is that a girl becomes a mother within 1 year of her marriage. What is Indu's opinion about marriage in Indian society? According to her, marriage in Indian society is a sort of trade. It is often made after a lot of cold-blooded bargaining. Why did Akka scold Indu while she was at college? Akka scolded Indu while she was at college because she spoke to a boy in the library, which was unbecoming of a girl who belonged to a respectable family. What did Indu do after Naren's death? After Naren's death, Indu gave up her job and became a creative writer. Why does Minnie agree to marry the groom chosen for her by Akka? She agrees because she knows that women have no choice but submit and accept what is decided by the parents. Who were the only people from her side who attended Indu's marriage? Indu's father Govind and her uncle Kaka were the only ones who attended her marriage from her side. What makes Indu become submissive in her life? After Akka's death, Indu comes to know more about Akka's life. She was maltreated by her husband and her mother-in-law. This makes Indu realize the importance of submissiveness and she begins to practice it. Why was Saroja, old uncle's daughter, not allowed to learn music? Saroja had a taste for music and she wanted to learn music. But it was impossible for the family to think of a girl from their family sitting in front of strangers and singing. So she was not allowed to learn music. How was Adya treated by the other members in the family? Adya was treated as a second-class citizen in the family because she was a widow. They would not even eat the food prepared by her. Widows were supposed to shave off their head and to remain quietly at home. What was Aunt Sunanda's reaction when she heard Indu calling her husband by his name? Aunt Sunanda resents at Indu's calling her husband by his name. It was against the traditional way. Besides, it was a sign of disrespect. Then we are going to speak about paragraph questions. Akka's character in the novel Roots and Shadows. Akka is Indu's grandfather's younger sister. She is a childless widow. Akka is ruling the entire family. She is a dominating figure. She is as good as a man. She is very particular that all the other members of the family should obey the rules imposed by her. Indu was the only member who defied the unjustifiable restrictions she prescribed. It is only later that Indu comes to know about Akka's past. Indu was the only member who defied the unjustifiable restrictions she prescribed. It is only later that Indu comes to know about Akka's past. She was maltreated by her husband and his mother. It may be as the result of this that she behaves like a tyrant. Indu could not tolerate her ways. That was one of the reasons for her leaving Akka's house. Besides, Akka made some unpleasant comment on her mother. Akka is the female counterpart of the father in the patriarchal system. Next question, the married life of Indu and Jayant. While Indu was living away from her ancestral house and was working as a journalist of a magazine, she got acquainted with Jayant. They loved each other and got married. The marriage was not approved of by Akka. The marriage was attended by her father and Kaka only. It was an intercaste marriage. Jayant belonged to a different caste and his language also was different. Indu by nature wanted to be independent. She expected that Jayant would allow her freedom. But gradually she felt that her inclinations were being repressed. Her mother-in-law also was on Jayant's side. She noticed his indifference in having children. He would also postpone any discussion on it. His views was that they had no sufficient resources for maintaining a child. Indu, on the contrary, wanted to have children. After a long period, Indu returns to her ancestral home and meets Naren, her uncle's grandson. He makes her understand that the reason for her resenting was that she was born a woman, not a man. At last, she realizes that Jayant alone is her husband and they get united. Next question. The role of women as depicted in the novel Roots and Shadows. According to the traditional practice, women are to be obedient and submissive. In the patriarchal system, women are not allowed any freedom and their opinion is not sought before taking any serious decision in the family. Minnie in the story is an example. Her marriage is fixed with an uneducated and uncultured fellow. The girl's father and mother are helpless, especially because they have no money. Everything is with Akka and she promises to meet all the expenses of the marriage. In the patriarchal system, it is the father who, as the head of the family, takes decision and executes them. But in this case, the patriarchal figure happens to be a woman, Akka. Towards the end of her life, Akka tells Indu her story of how her husband and his mother had maltreated her. So she is indifferent to the physical and intellectual qualifications of a man. Indu is a woman character who asserts herself and marries Jayant, who belongs to a different caste and speaks a different language. That also does not prove to be a successful marriage. Widows are treated as second-class citizens. Adya is an example. Marriage is the result of cold-blooded bargaining. So we find that the women characters are victims of the patriarchal system even at present. Next question. The caste system in Indian society as depicted in the novel Roots and Shadows. The caste system still remains as one of the dominant social evils in India. The narrator of the novel Roots and Shadows says that Indians can never get out of this vicious practice. Some of the old ones are got rid of, but new ones come up. The caste-wise rituals performed on birth, marriage and death are increasing. Some consider them meaningless. Those who try to follow a different path will have to face problems. Hindu tries to be unconventional by marrying a person who is of different caste. But she has innumerable problems. She wants to have children, but her husband wants to avoid having children. The Indian society is so much a slave to the caste system that it is impossible for it to get rid of them in the near future. Then we are going to discuss the essay questions. Consider Shashi Deshpande's Roots and Shadows as a novel exhibiting feminist consciousness. Shashi Deshpande's Roots and Shadows discusses women's issues in contemporary Indian society. The traditional joint family system continues to follow the patriarchal authority. Women are not allowed any freedom. They are to remain obedient and submissive. All important decisions concerning the family are taken by the father or head of the family and are thrust on women. Women are thus marginalized. Roots and Shadows highlights some of these issues. The narrator, for example, says how the voices of women vibrate in the kitchen and they are occasionally silenced by an authoritative male voice. Akka is the character that is the most dominating in the novel. She combines in her the characteristics of both the sexes. She is the executing matriarch in the story. All the women in the family must obey all the rules imposed by her. Later we come to know that she has become an imposing character as the result of her own bitter experience of having been a victim of the patriarchal system. She had been maltreated by her husband and his mother and his mother. Now she enjoys some pleasure by torturing those under her. Akka is the sole authority, Kaki, Atya, and others being destined to suffer the tyranny. The women in the family have to constantly attend upon the male members. Indu has observed this discrimination from her childhood. Indu was once scolded by Akka for having spoken to a boy in the college library. According to Akka, it is a disreputable act. Meaning, Kaka's daughter is forced to marry an uneducated and uncultured man. Kaka and Kaki, as parents, are helpless. They agree to the marriage, especially because the expenses of the marriage would be met by Akka. Though Indu resents at the beginning, she is forced to fall in line with the authorities' decision. Indu marries Jayendra with great expectations. Marginalizations of women in patriarchal society has always haunted her. She hopes her marriage with Jayendra will be an exception to this. But she learns that her inclinations are repressed by him and his mother. Jayendra feels that they should not have children. Indu wishes to become a mother. Discussion on the matter is often postponed. He believes that they do not have sufficient resources to rear children. Finally, she returns to her ancestral home. It is Naren, old uncle's grandson, who opens Indu's eyes to realities. He convinces her that her real problem was that she was born as a woman instead of a man. Finally, she realizes that her home, her destination, her point of final arrival is Jayendra. Indu's old uncle also has a role in the change of her attitude. She realizes the fact that submissiveness is a quality that is essential for happiness and peace in life. We can move to the next question. Discuss the various themes discussed in the novel Roots and Shadows. Shashi Deshpande has discussed various themes in her novel Roots and Shadows. They are subjects such as feminism, the various aspects of joint family system, the caste system in Indian societies and gender discrimination, etc. Let us look at them briefly. Roots and Shadows can be regarded as a feminist novel. It deals with problems connected with women's liberation. Patriarchy and tradition still pull women backwards. Indu is a young educated woman who is not allowed to assert her individuality. The women in the family are made to obey the rules imposed by Akka, who, though a woman, exercises her matriarchal authority. Kaki and Adya are the other women members in the family who are destined to live as dumb animals. Mini, Kaka's daughter, is married to an uneducated and uncultured fellow. The girl's opinion is not sought. The other members in the family, including the girl's parents, are to obey the authority. The novel highlights the evils of the joint family system prevailing in India. The traditional joint family system is a condensed form of the patriarchal system. All the members of the family are ruled by the head of the family. All the wealth is under his or her custody. Decisions regarding each member are taken and executed by the person in charge. Hindu is scolded by Akka for having spoken to a boy in the college library. Mini's marriage is made with an uneducated and uncultured fellow. Here also it is Akka's money power that has the upper hand. A clear line of separation is drawn between the rights of men and women. This is so especially in joint families. There are certain activities reserved only for men, others to be performed by women. Women are mostly tied down to the kitchen. The women are supposed to look after men's interests. Deshpande writes, the voices of women are vibrated in the kitchen and they are occasionally silenced by a authoritative male voice. Even the children are treated with patriarchy. Boys are allowed certain privileges which are denied to girls. Education of girls is restricted to a certain level. Hindu notices these differences in the family even when she is a little child. She is so fed up with such discriminations that she decides to stay away from the family. Women are supposed to give birth to children and to care for them. Girls are trained in such a way that they are to be given away in marriage. They are no more members of the family. Another problem described in the novel is about the caste system. The narrator of the story says that it is almost impossible for us to free ourselves from the restrictions imposed by caste. Innumerable rituals connected with birth, marriage, and death are there in the Indian societies when we try to reject some of them. New ones are introduced. Many of them are connected with superstitions. There is a tendency among the young people to reject them, but the older generation will strongly object their moves. Adya, the poor widow, is treated as a second-class citizen only because she is a widow. In Orthodox Hindu families, widows are forced to shave off their head and are not allowed to appear in public. There was an attempt to shave Adya's head. but Kaka somehow managed to avoid it. The members in the family do not even eat the food prepared by her. Thus, Shashi Deshpande raises many problems connected with women in her novel Roots and Shadows. I think this is enough for today's class. All of you please go through the question answers well. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.